I'm Claudia.
I'm Aaron.
And welcome to a new episode of Project Analysis series where we'll be analysing new projects for the upcoming years. So the first project for 2025, which one is it?
The Orie.
Yes, and where is it located at?
Toa Payoh.
But how does the name come about?
So the Orie actually takes inspiration from the iconic playground actually.
Is it the dragon? Is it
the
this
dragon?
one, the dragon
yeah,
one?
it's actually the dragon playground. I think it's really an icon in Toa Payoh lah.
So it's like origami, is it?
kind of feel.
So it's
yes.
the luxury
Correct.
project in Toa Payoh area lah.
Correct.
Okay. So what are we going to run through in today's analysis is like what are the possible layouts to consider in this project itself and which we actually predict will move the fastest and highest demand.
Of course, and how to prepare yourself after getting your queue number, right? So for example, if your queue number is not at the top few hundred, what should you be expecting? Because why? Because many buyers, right? For example, in the past few launches, EOK, Chuan Park, Nava Grove, right? Actually, many people went for balloting. How many checks are there?
I think for Chuan Park it was about 2006 and for EOK was close to 3,000.
3,000,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah,
And
that's
actually,
quite crazy.
Many buyers did not manage to get a unit. In fact, EOK actually has about 13 bounce out units, but there are about
800 checks for the bounce out units.
Yes, correct. So there are actually still many buyers floating around, right?
Who haven't bought anything.
Correct.
So I would actually say that Chuan Park and Orie are quite similar because of the location wise. So people who are actually looking for a 3, 4 or 5 bedroom in Chuan Park who didn't get a unit there will probably flow over to Orie when it launches.
To be honest, Chuan Park in terms of locality is still pretty I'd say close to the Orie in my opinion. So like you say, the demographic of buyer, the profile of the buyer, right, who miss an opportunity in Chuan Park will definitely will be coming over to the Orie. Yep. And those who are aiming to buy for investment units but did not get through the past few launches, for example, 1, 2 bedder, right? Even a small 3 bedder will definitely come to the Orie.
Yes. So we just got this news just a few days back. The target preview day for Orie is 3rd of Jan and we are looking to launch before Chinese New Year. So it's around 16 January.
Correct. So today's video, right, we are actually going to cover, how do we actually go about balloting, and also what should you be expecting if you already have a budget in mind, for example 2.1 million, 2.2 million, 2.2 million in mind, what should you be looking out for, and what is considered a good layout for you or ideal layout for you, or rather prioritize your selection. Right?
Yeah, so let's say on the day itself where you know your balloting number is not very good then like what you say, you have a budget 2.1 to 2.2 for a 3 bedroom compact maybe, and you realize that your queue number not so good. So what can you do on the actual day?
Actually, it's either downsize to a smaller unit or maybe upsize to a bigger unit.
But the most important thing is what we don't want to happen is you are very kanchong, you want to buy a unit at Orie, but when you go on the day, then you're very stressed because it's very messy and frantic.
For example, just one queue, I encountered before personally, I brought my buyer down and then just one queue before me, the unit that they want, I'm gone. Then you're left with how many minutes to stay into the thinking box. Then you'll be very stressed because of the environment. Everybody is buying a unit and you can hear the units are flying off the shelf, right? And
the last thing you want to do is walk out without a unit.
That's the last thing. Or for example, if you've got a very good queue number, so many choices. For example, in Chuan Park, 700 more units, right? Yeah, but you don't know what to choose.
Yes, because you are the first few units, right? You have so many selection, then you go in anyhow choose. You buy the wrong unit. Yeah, that's the worst thing.
That's the last thing that we want our client to happen to be into it.
We also don't want our buyers to go in and then they kanchong, then they buy out of range. And also, if let's say they go in, they think that they cannot afford, but actually they can if they were to do proper calculation. So this is something very important that your agent needs to help you. And if you need assistance in doing your affordability for buying a new launch, definitely contact us. We'll be able to help you with this, right?
Correct. Yes. So you may also want to consider bulk purchase for this balloting. Why is it so?
Especially because during this period, we realized that those people that want to buy a unit in, let's say, Chuan Park and EOK back then, their queue number was really very bad. But those people who went in together as bulk purchase, the chances of them getting their choice unit was actually higher.
Yes, and what is considered a bulk purchase?
Bulk purchase, so there's basically two types. One is the first tier and one is the second tier. So for first tier, it's more of like the first direct relation, like husband, wife, brother, sister, father, mother. Yeah, so those kind is the first tier.
That happened at Chuan Park and EOK, right?
Yes.
What happened during the bulk purchase in EOK?
EOK actually, the bulk purchase felt like a normal public purchase because there was really too many people.
Too many units.
Yes. So even though if it's bulk purchase, doesn't guarantee you that you'll get your unit, but it increases your chance.
Correct. Probably.
Yes. So this is something that you might want to consider for Orie. So if you have families and friends that might want to consider to get this project, you all can come together and go for the advantage one day before the public purchase.
Yes, correct. Okay, so next we talk about the location. The Orie is actually a few minutes walk away from which MRT?
5 minutes walk from Braddell MRT station, yes. And Orie itself will be a very iconic structure in Toa Payoh. Toa Payoh, you know, is a very mature estate, very old estate. And in the last 8 to 9 years, no new launch.
No other new launch except the newest is actually Gem.
Yeah, Gem Residence, which is over here.
Yeah, correct.
Here, right?
Yep, and there's actually not many condominiums in the Toa Payoh itself. Of course, we don't include Balestier. Balestier is a
District 12 is Balestier and Toa Payoh, but it's a total different
environment, demographic of buyers. There are a lot of small boutique freeholds over there. But if you ask me, if you are a family person, I won't want to be in that area. It can be quite messy because there's a lot of eateries built over there. So there's a lot of
the night time might be very messy.
Messy also.
So ultimately, most people will want to stay in the hearts of Toa Payoh. Yes. And if you are just talking about Toa Payoh itself, right, what are the condos that we can consider?
Trevista, we have this Trellis, Orlando Tower, right?
As and now we have
the Orie. Yep. So total there are 5 developments. Yep.
And to be honest, if let's say in the last 8 to 9 years there wasn't any new launch, definitely there's some pent-up demand. Yep. And if this project were to be launched at a very sweet spot, the price very good, I would say
we should be able to see at least a 60, 70, or I think 70% and above kind of sale on the
as well as the past 2 launches.
Past 2 launches.
2 to 3 launches.
Yeah, correct. Okay. So this is how the facade will look like for the Orie. It's going to be 2 iconic buildings.
40 stories high, very tall, very iconic next time when you see it in Toa Payoh itself.
In fact, the views are pretty amazing if you ask me.
Later we'll show you
more at the site plan.
So now we go into the project information. It is in RCR District 12 and 99-year leasehold. So we're expecting it to TOP around 2030, but should be earlier lah. Yeah, maybe 2029.
Yes, and the developer for this development, right, is actually 3 developers. Okay, we have the CDL, we have Fraser's, and we have Sekisui House. Yeah, and this is happened to be their first collaboration.
Yes, joint venture.
Joint venture, and I'm sure this developer will want to make it a good development. Of course, past records from their amazing products such as Rive, Martin Place, Norwood Grand, the recent launch. Actually, Norwood Grand recent launch also did very well, right?
Yes, definitely. I think how many percent? I forgot it.
I think
80%, right? Yeah. So I have clients that will tell me, Claudia, I want to buy CDL projects because they are very renowned and also they are famous for their very good finishing, top-notch finishing. Correct. So one project that my client has is Tapestry. If you enter into the development, right, it's actually very
the entire facade is very important.
Very nice. Right. The entranceway is very grand. Yeah. So a good developer is very important, especially
resale resale transaction.
Yes.
Yeah. So when it comes to resale transaction, just imagine a buyer going into a development, but you see that the whole facade, the entry is so
grand, inviting when you come home.
You will definitely have an edge over another development. So that's why a reputable developer is very important. Okay, let's go dive into the site plan, and we actually have 2 blocks over here. Yeah. So
north-south facing, right?
South is facing over here, which is the CBD
Singapore facing. CBD facing.
Yes, correct. And the other side will be the north side would also be city view, if you ask me, but not really the CBD area, right? You see buildings. Yes.
Both have very good facing, actually. Yeah. So one thing about this project that I think they have planned it really well is, usually one block, right, they have 4 corners.
Yes. 4
corners means you have 4 windows, each corner unit.
So 4 corners over here, right? Yeah.
But one thing very special about this this development, the architecture, right, is that you see in between B1 and C1, right, there is a gap. What does that actually mean?
actually there is going to be extra window for these two units over here where you actually get daylight and better ventilation as well.
So later we will actually go into the B1 layout, which we think is one of the very rare kind of 2-bed 1-bath in Singapore context now. Why is that so? Later we will elaborate more.
Yes. Okay, so it's just very interesting to see how the developer actually planned this. Yeah, let us show you more. So you can see that actually the Orie, we are over here. Next to us is actually Gem Residences, which is 38 story.
And we are surrounded by a lot of HDB. So over here, right, we have actually stated how high the different HDB blocks and the views are. So if let's say you want to have a clearer view, how high you must buy to clear the HDBs and all lah.
So facing the south side, actually to clear it, you have to be about above 4-story lah. Yes, but over here you do get 19-story HDB.
But it's quite far away.
Quite far away, very good distance away. Yeah, because EOK, I think the distance away is 20 meters, right?
I think 26.
But over here we have about 100 meters to the HDB.
So it's a very, very good distance.
Alright. After this 4-story shop house over here, right, actually there are some HDBs that are below here lah. Yeah, that's a higher floor, but the distance is still very far away. Yes. So one thing that you want to think of when you're buying into the north facing over here is to make sure that, not say make sure, prioritize your purchase, right? If you want someone who prefer 12. A view to go above level 12. Level
to clear 13. The HDB in front.
Yes.
So one thing you must take note, right, about this project itself is because it is 40-story high, so definitely there will be a price difference in terms of the lower floor and the high floor. So from what we understand is that prices will be starting from around 2,500 PSF for the
2,500
lower floor.
This is just a gauge
indicative price.
As of now, no numbers from the developer.
No, but once it's out, we will let you all know lah.
Yep.
So for low floor is starting from 2005. So because it is 40 stories high, right, you will be expecting to pay slightly premium for the highest floor, like 30 something and above. So if let's say every floor jump is about 10K, right? So second floor to the 40th floor, total about maybe 400K difference in terms of price. So that's something that you must take note. So we will be expecting close to 3,000 PSF.
Maybe, but you agree with me that actually a 2,500 PSF versus a 2,900 PSF, the difference is what? It's actually the view lah.
So you're paying for the view lah.
Yes.
So for this project itself, it is harmonized. So for, let's say if it's 3,000 means it's non-harmonized version of 2008 to 2009 lah. Which was what Trump Park already transacted, right? So since we were saying earlier that Trump Park and Orie is actually quite similar in terms of location, so I think it's still acceptable this price. So this is the view that we'll be expecting if let's say you get a high floor. For the north view will be this city view. Can you change it? Okay, so this will be the view that we'll be expecting for the northern and southern side. So for northern side, it will be more towards the JB City View.
JB City View.
And for the southern side, it will be more of the Singapore CBD view.
Yes, in fact, very likely you should be able to see some fireworks facing the city view.
Yes, for the southern side.
That's the good thing about facing CBD area. Yes, and also this is how the building will look like. 2 towers over here. But do take note that actually there's this RC ledge for this development to make the whole development looks prettier.
It's the facade how the developer made it
But RC ledge also got its downside, but which we will share on it more later when we touch on the floor plan.
So different level got different RC ledge. Like some is just one pure RC ledge, but some you see there's like holes in between. So that's something you need to take note, which we will elaborate more in the next few slides. Okay, so this is the distribution chart.
Okay, we won't touch on it. Actually, the unit mix is pretty evenly distributed.
As each block got one stack, so about 10% each.
10%. So what is unique about here, what we can see from here is that the 3-bedder dual key, right, and the 4-bedder over here, premium plus study, actually is just one stack only. So let's go to the 1-bedder analysis.
Okay, so for 1-bedroom analysis, right, over here we only have one type, which is the 1 plus study. So we have 2 stacks as mentioned earlier. One is stack 4 and one is stack 14. Over here and over here. So both have the same layout, very general 1 plus study layout, entryway in, and at the corner we have the kitchenette, which is along the side, and next to it is the study area. Designated dining area, which is next to the living space, and also the Jack and Jill concept for the toilet.
And this is actually a 517 square feet, 1 plus study, and this is actually a harmonized development, so which is actually quite big already for a 1 plus study. Yes, because the one bedder at the nearest development is about 400 over square feet.
Yeah, so the nearest one that we can compare is just here, Gem Residences. So they have two layouts. One is at 484 square feet and the other one is 452 square feet. So both are smaller than our current Orie 1 plus study. And this is non-harmonized, meaning that aircon ledge, right?
Aircon ledge is
all included. So when you go in, it's actually very, very small.
In fact, the actual built-in area is lesser than 4 because this is inclusive of the AC ledge. And when you come into a good layout is important, right? So when you come into this one bedder, you can see that actually the balcony is actually of this size only. Yeah, instead of this size over here.
It's not the whole living length.
Yes, and the corridor is pretty long. In terms of the space, it's not usable. This space is not usable, so it's wasted space as well. Yeah, so let's go to the rental yield for.
Actually, who will usually buy one bedder?
Actually, investor. Right?
Investors.
Yes.
So what's important to investors?
Definitely rental yield.
Rental yield. Yes. So now we're going to compare the rental yield for Gem Residences as compared to Orie. So currently, right, Gem Residences, if you take a look at the transaction, they are usually they are roughly going at around 900k for one bedder, and average rental now is about 3,000. About
3,000 there about. So this will turn out to be a 4% rental yield for the Gem Residences. But assuming if you were to use 2,500 PSF as a gauge for the Orie launch, this would mean that the starting from price will be estimated to be from about 1.3 there about. But this is just, again, we are assuming only, okay? And this will mean that what? If we were to use the same renter as Gem Residences, right? This will mean that the yield is actually 2.8%.
Not say that fantastic.
Not say that fantastic.
Yeah, so if you ask me, right, I actually feel if you are buying for investment, you might want to consider to go for Gem Residences for rental yield, but definitely there will be still buyers who will buy Orie one bedder.
For example, they really want a one bedder and they really love Toa Payoh, right?
Yes, because it's so centralized.
Yes. Definitely.
And then also they want to have one bedder, this quantum fits them, and they want to have a good developer, a renowned developer, good finishing. Then these are the people that will buy the one bedroom over here. And you just stay slowly stay, and then if next time you feel that you need to upsize, then you just buy to someone who wants to stay over, take over from you.
Correct. So for those that next time when you resell, put it in the resale market, right, definitely there will be some people who
have the same profile as you.
The same profile as you, but the difference is you have a better layout as compared to your nearest neighbor. So that's very important.
So this is just a summary of what I said earlier. If today you are looking to buy an investment unit for rental yield in Toa Payoh, if you are looking for a rental yield, then I feel that Gem Residences might be a better choice. But if you are just buying for own stay, then definitely Orie also can consider. Better layout, better space, bigger.
Maybe a more reputable developer, right? Better space. Okay, so if you were to compare, right, one plus study or two bedder for investment, actually, in my opinion, you should consider a two bedder for investment. Why?
Okay, so for the two bedder over here, right, 2 bed 1 bath lah. The size is 592. Okay, and what we really like, I think it's one of the best layout of two bed 1 bath we have seen in the market currently. So why is this so? It's because once you enter into the unit, right, once you enter into the unit, you can see that the kitchen is tucked into one corner. Okay, and what you can do is, let's say if you want to enclose the kitchen, you can do it. And something that I really like is that they have a window, which is very rare.
Very important. Better ventilation also.
Yes, better ventilation.
And we also have this
designated dining area, because the walkway is not straight into the living room. So you can have this space for the dining area. And the bedroom itself, right, bedroom 2 can fit a queen size
bed.
And the master bedroom can put a king size bed.
Actually, the bedroom size are pretty generous.
Yes, very big.
But one disadvantage about this layout is actually this bathroom over here, where actually it's just right beside your dining area. Yeah, but what you can do is, if you don't really want to have a bathroom door over here, you can actually seal it up over here. right? Yeah, so that's the only downside that I see.
And from a 1+ study to a 2-bedroom, right, the difference is only 75 square feet, which means a top up of about 188K.
Less than 200,000.
Yeah, so in terms of down payment,
It's only a mere 50,000 difference
50K.
of
So it's
down
very
payment.
easily manageable lah.
Correct, but we do foresee that, like we mentioned, there will be a lot of buyers looking for investment, right? So we believe that the 2-bedder compact, right, will be one of the first few to go off first. So again, if you would like to get a 2-bedder, if any chance you have siblings, we talk about bulk purchase again, right? You can bring them in together to look into bulk purchase so that you can choose your top choice unit. Okay.
But I would say that, like what you mentioned earlier, 2-bed 1 bath will move very fast.
Yes.
So slowly it will go up to like maybe 20 to 25 floor, then it will start to jam a bit.
Yes.
Because quantum wise is a bit more higher than the lower floor lah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, but I think it's still worth it to consider because the difference is only, if let's say same floor, for a 1+ study versus a 2-bed 1 bath, the difference is only 188K to 200K.
Then you should probably consider that for investment. Yes. So another thing that we want to talk about is the Chuan Park actually. Chuan Park 2-bed 1 bath, right, is actually 700 square feet, right?
Pretty big.
That's pretty big. Right? That also means that the price tag is also higher. What they get is also 2-bed and 1 bath lah. So in terms of quantum wise, I would say that the Orie is more attractive because number one, our size is only about
592. 592 for 2-bed 1 bath,
so
and more premium layout.
More premium layout.
For the enclosable kitchen and also the window in the kitchen.
Yes, and the starting from price is estimated to be close to about 1.5 lah. Thereabout.
Okay, so now we will move on to the 2-bedroom analysis. This one we briefly mentioned earlier. So for the 2-bed 1 bath, we also have 2 stacks, stack 5 and stack 15.
Stack 5 and stack 15, which is the
blue one.
The blue one over here, as well as over here, south facing, and the north facing over here. Yeah, and just now we already highlighted that the enclosable kitchen for here, as well as the good thing about this layout is that actually there's this window over here. Yeah, where you get better ventilation.
It's very rare actually. Usually 2-bed 1 bath is kitchenette, right, along the aisle.
Yes.
This one still can enclose and still got window.
Even after you enclose, actually it's quite, you have a very wide
because when you enter in here, right, then directly is the dining room, so it's quite spacious lah, to be honest. Yeah. So the thing about 2-bed 1 bath, right, because we mentioned that there's 2 stacks, one is stack 5, one is stack 15. Do take note that for stack 5 itself, we have this RC ledge that we need to bring up to you. Okay, so for level 2 to level 10, 21 to 30, right, you'll see that the RC ledge is from the balcony all the way to
the master room. So what this means to you is that you actually have a darker master room as well as a living room.
Because RC ledge will extend out, will protrude out.
Yes.
So your room will receive lesser light.
Yes. Yeah. But from the level 11 to level 20, actually we have also RC ledge, but you can see that the RC ledge actually is bigger. Span across the master room all the way to another bedroom.
Yeah, so both rooms will be dark.
Actually, in fact, the whole unit will be dark.
Yeah. Yes. But I think one thing you can mention or I do notice for my personal unit is that like if the RC ledge is too big, right, it will actually accumulate
a lot of dirts, right?
Dust, leaves. I'm not sure.
Yes.
And that's your view. That's your view when you enter into your house, into your room. You see all the rubbish and all. Not very sightly lah.
Yes.
So this is stack 5. You need to take note. Yeah. So for stack 15, it doesn't have this RC ledge layout.
Yeah.
So
but one thing you want to prioritize is that just like you mentioned about trapping, all the rubbish over all the rubbish, right? One thing to take note is that maybe you want to avoid level 10 if I were you. Why? Because level 10 is where the lowest floor of the top RC ledge will drop down. All the things will drop down. Then every day you will see the rubbish, so it's very unsightly.
Yeah, so not so nice.
Yeah, so let's try to avoid and prioritize other levels rather than level 10. So,
but if you ask me, I will go for stack 15. If my number is good. If my number is before 200.
Why stack 15?
Stack 15 because it doesn't have the RC ledge.
Alright, so stack 15 you can see over here there's no RC ledge. Yeah, so it's a very traditional, clear-cut layout, clean layout.
And also, but I would feel that stack 15 might have a bit of premium because it is the southern view.
Yeah, some premium. But if the premium is not a lot, you may want to put in your money into this development. So when it comes to resale, I'm sure this will offer a better returns.
So definitely go for 15 first, then 5 if budget-wise is not so much of a constraint.
Yes. Okay, so if we were to compare a 2-bedroom plus 1 bath, the Orie versus Gem residences,
the neighbor,
right? Let's have a quick look over here. So number one thing to think of is harmonized and non-harmonized. Actually, what is the difference between harmonized and non-harmonized? We actually highlighted earlier roughly. So is that actually this area over here, 592, same size, but harmonized and non-harmonized means what? Actually, the AC ledge is part of this 592. Yeah. Whereas for us, 592 is the entire building area excluding the AC ledge. Yes.
So when you enter into Orie in the future, when it TOPs, right, actually the space wise is much bigger as compared to a 592 in Gem residences.
Yes.
So this is important because next time when your buyer come over to take a look at your unit, right, they will prefer something that's more spacious.
More spacious.
Yeah, and also if you take a look at the kitchen wise, we mentioned earlier that this is enclosable with a window, whereas Gem residences is the traditional along the aisle kitchenette.
Yes, can't really enclose it.
Yes, exactly. And the dining area is very, very awkward over here. Yes.
Awkward position.
Yeah, so
whereas for the Orie, we have a designated dining area.
Yes, over here.
Yes. Room size for the Orie is also larger. You can see we have queen bed over here, and then
single bed here only.
Single bed over there. Yeah.
For the master bedroom, this one only queen size. This one can put a king size. So it's very much more spacious.
More spacious.
So even if next time you are selling to a own stay buyer, right? Definitely they want something that's more spacious.
Can fit a queen bed in a bedroom for sure.
So that is very, very important.
So we would say that the Orie layout is more superior than as compared to the neighbor plot over there.
So and also one thing that he mentioned earlier about the view balcony. When you enter, yes. Balcony, this one is not full length lah.
Not full length.
Not so slightly, like you can see your AC
we are
ledge.
actually full length. When you come in, you can actually look across your entire living, dining, and see the whole balcony.
Okay.
So, 2-bed 1 bath or 2-bed 2 bath. Let us share with you some difference over here. Actually, the price difference for a 2-bed 1 bath as compared to a 2-bed 2 bath is actually, number one, the size is only a 54 square feet difference only. And if you were to take into consideration at 2,500 PSF, it means that it's only about 135,000 difference. Okay?
But if you ask me, right, whether I would prefer B1 or B2, I would actually say B1 is better.
B1, right?
Yeah, because the kitchen, right, is enclosable. And then got window lah.
Yeah, one thing to think of, although both can enclose actually. This one, right, you can enclose also. But this one,
it's more towards the corner.
This one, when you enclose, right, actually what? The narrow part is only this part only. The narrow part. Whereas for this part, if you were to enclose, right, the narrow part is this side. So you have a walkway that's very narrow for a 2-bed 2 bath. But as compared to a 2-bed 1 bath, the narrow part is only here only. Which is why we prefer 2-bed 1 bath over the 2-bed 2 bath. That's one point.
And also, right, if you take a look, just erase off, sorry. The kitchen over here, this is a half cabinet, right?
For this part here is actually
the jutting out part.
The full length. It's going to be a top and bottom entry, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Whereas for here, it's likely going to be half.
Yes.
Half. Yeah. So you may not get a carpentry on top, so which means you don't have space to put.
Compared to this one,
as compared to this, you actually have a full wall over here, which means you probably will have a top and bottom carpentry work. And also, this dining area over here is not
designated lah. It's together with the living room.
Yes. Yeah. So which is why we will prefer this 592 over 646. More or less, the room size are pretty similar. Yes.
But I think whether is it worth to pay 135k more for a toilet? I don't know. Maybe some people like lah. I think it also depends because if let's say your queue number is very good,
yes,
you can get B1. Go for B1.
So like I mentioned earlier, for queue number, let's say if the thing were to do, the sale were to do well, people are buying it until level 20, level 25 for a 2-bed 1 bath, and then you have this budget. What can you actually go for? You can actually consider a 2-bed 2 bath actually, but on the lower floor.
Yes.
Because why not? You are paying the same price, but you get a lower floor and extra bathroom.
Meaning like, let's say 35 floor, 2 bed, 1 bath
Yes.
versus 20
floor, 2 bed,
2
2
bath.
bath.
Same price.
Same price.
Then why
Then you
not?
should probably go for a 2 bed, 2 bath.
So ultimately you have to see your queue number lah.
Yes. Okay. Next, okay. So for 2 bed, 2 bath, again we have different facings now. Just now we mentioned there's about 2 stacks, correct? So the B2 units are over here facing the pool as well as facing the southern side. Yeah. And on the other side, B2 is actually facing the northern side, also facing pool. Yeah, actually the developer is pretty smart to orientate the buildings this way so that majority of the stacks has kind of like a very good setback against the other buildings lah. Yes. And for B3, we have stack 10 and 20. Also, you have unblocked view over here. Right? So next we'll talk about the 2-bed premium, but we do a comparison between a 2-bed, 2-bath and a 2-bed premium. Okay, so the 2-bed, 2-bath is actually 646 square feet as we mentioned earlier. Okay, and we also have this 2-bed premium at 678 square feet. Yeah, but what is unique about this 2-bedder premium is that number one, the supply is very low for this premium. That's just supply, okay?
Because all the other 2-bedders in Orie itself, right,
all
dumbbell layout,
dumbbell layout, one side bedroom each. Whereas for this premium, it's actually traditional.
Only
where you get a
77
walkway
units.
and bathroom tucked at one corner.
Yeah, so next time if you want to sell, right, imagine you are competing with other 2-bedders and most of them are dumbbell layout. So if you're the only one that is the traditional layout that's in the market, it'll definitely leave a lasting impression to all the resale
lasting
buyers.
impression to the resale buyers. Yeah, but one thing that we don't really like about this layout is actually the disadvantage of this layout lah. Yeah, it's actually this kitchen over here lah, where
It's
you
a
actually get an
L-shaped
L-shaped
kitchen,
but no without wall, which means you only have a lower carpentry.
Yes. Lesser storage, not very ideal lah.
Hmm.
But over here for the B2, right, kitchen wise is enclosable. Even though here the walkway a bit tight lah, but still can enclose. So in terms of the price difference, is about 80k in terms of these two pricing. So 80k for a not so premium layout, and kitchen also cannot enclose, lesser storage. I don't really
I will
think
actually go for the 2-bed, 2-bath,
one?
646 square feet.
Yeah.
Yes, but the downside about this layout, as we mentioned earlier, even if you were to enclose over here, right, it's actually going to be very dark lah, right? Because there's no window over here. Yeah, so that's the very downside over here. Okay, so there's limited storage as compared to the 2-bed, 1-bath because over here is only glass, right? So there's no.
Not glass lah.
There's a lower cabinet, only lower cabinet.
Yeah.
There's no top cabinet.
But I think the most important thing that we wanted to say is why we don't really like the B3 layout, right? It's because the price gap between the 2-bedroom premium and the 2+ study is
very close.
Very close.
Very close.
Yeah.
So might as well. In fact, the 2+ study, the area is about 700 square feet, which means it's
so
only
over here.
22 square feet larger only. Yeah,
So this is the show flat unit.
Yes. Yep. So a 2+ study 700 square feet is equivalent to what in the latest launch?
Trump Park. 2-bed,
2-bed, 1-bath, 700 square feet. So quantum wise should be the same as here lah. There about lah. But over here you get what? You get extra.
2 proper bedrooms.
2 proper bedrooms.
2 toilets. Extra
and
study.
Extra study.
And then the kitchen
40
also got glass. Your favorite.
Correct. So the kitchen over here also got glass, which means again there is no top cabinet shelving lah, on lower shelving only.
And enclosable.
Yes. Enclosable kitchen over here. We have the study tucked nicely at one corner. It can also serve as a storage purposes because many 2-bedders don't have storage, right? Yeah, and over here, both bedrooms can actually fit a minimum queen size bed and a king size bed for the
Very
master.
spacious actually, the bed.
Actually very spacious.
Yeah.
Yes, so I would prefer this layout over the 2-bed, 2-bath. So which 2-bedder shall we go for?
Is it the 2-bedroom premium or the 2+ study?
Yes.
So if you see the size difference, right, 2-bed, 2-bath is 678 square feet, and for the 2 beds plus study is 700 square feet, which means only a difference
22
of
square feet
22
difference.
square feet.
And
So
if
you
we were
top
to
up?
multiply by 2,500 PSF starting from, right, estimated price again, it's actually 55,000 top up only.
For a study.
an extra study.
And a better layout where you can actually enclose the kitchen
enclose
with
the
this
kitchen.
glass. So actually this glass is very good. Like, it makes a
More daylight to the,
yes,
to the
into
kitchen.
the kitchen itself.
Yes.
And then also comparing to the recent launches, right?
Trump, for example, Trump Park, right?
700 square feet.
2 plus.
2
one
plus
bathroom
one
only.
bath, yes.
Yeah, so over here, 700 square feet, 2 plus, 2 bath and a study.
Same quantum, so why not, right? You get
Extra bathroom, extra
toilet,
study. Correct. So when it comes to the resale market in future, anyway, they will TOP some about
around same period,
about the same time, correct? So
and same
our,
area,
same
right?
area,
Same profile,
roughly
yeah.
same profile. So I would say that our layout will be still more superior.
So this is our preferred
One of the
choice.
ideal choice as compared to the 6, 7, 8 square feet. So to summarize our top choices, 2-bedroom top choices, the first one we'll go for is 2 plus 1 bath. Why is
still
it
the
so?
best.
Because we have a window in the kitchen. Okay, it's very rare for a 2 plus 1 bath compact, right, to get a window in the kitchen, right?
Enclosable.
Yes, and it's still enclosable. Yes.
And also the dining area is, there's a designated space
Dining
for
area.
it lah.
Yes.
And remember, you can go for stack 15.
When the premium is not
Too high.
What's a good premium actually?
I think if 3%,
3%, anything
would
below
be,
3%, I think that will be perfect. And then you should go for the south facing, yes, as compared to stack 5. But if it's more than 3%, not say cannot buy. If you
but maybe you might want to consider, I think it depends on your budget also. Like,
Yes.
if the level is too high, you might want to go to the second choice.
Yes.
But one thing I actually realized, right, in Gem Residence for 2-bedder, because there's a 2-bed 1 bath and 2-bed 2 bath ma.
The rent is what?
For investors,
Yes, for
especially,
investment.
right, we are very sensitive to rental yield.
Rental yield.
So if you're buying 2-bed 1 bath, it's definitely cheaper than 2-bed 2 bath, right? But imagine renting out 2-bed 2 bath and 2-bed 1 bath at the same price.
Same price. Yeah.
Yeah,
How much
so-
did you rent out? 3,800.
7 to 8 like that lah.
7, 3, 8, they're about
Yeah,
same.
so same leh, like, so rental yield for the 2-bed 1 bath would be better.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think over here, like what we mentioned, if you can get a unit at 2-bed 1 bath because of a good queue number or even bulk purchase,
Yes.
then go for
So
it.
for investment, you should probably go for this. So next we'll compare the 2-bedder plus 2 bath. Our top choice would be the 2 plus study, 700 square feet. And why is it so? It's because of the small price gap between the 2 plus study and the 2 plus 2 bath.
You need to top up 55k for an extra
22 square feet
study
larger, 55k more.
and better layout.
Better kitchen layout,
is much
yes,
better.
where you actually get more daylight coming into the kitchen, right?
Because it's glass ma.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can enclose it also.
Yes, even if you enclose the corridor, it's still not narrow. As compared to that, if you were to enclose, right, you actually get what, a very narrow walkway.
yeah.
So this is
Not
what we
very
want to
nice,
avoid, lah.
not
Yeah, and
ideal.
that walkway is unusable, right? So which is why 700 square feet 2 plus study is our preferred choice.
So this is the summary of the choices for 2-bedroom.
So first choice, 2 plus 1 bath. Second choice,
2 plus study,
2 plus study, and third choice we have the 2 plus 2 bath,
it's the smaller one.
the smaller one. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so now we're going to analyze the 3-bedroom analysis.
So next we'll touch on 3-bedder compact 850 square feet. What I really like about this unit layout is that, right?
It's very rare,
couple things.
never really see
Yeah,
such.
very rare. But before we go into that, right, at 2.2 mil, at a very later stage of what, Trump Park
Trump
launch,
Park, the
right?
later, behind
2.2 mil
numbers.
behind
Yeah.
number actually get what? Actually get a 2-bed 2 bath.
At 2.2 mil, right?
2.2 mil, yeah. So assume at 2,500 PSF, you're paying about 2.125 for a 3-bedroom.
3-bedroom,
Proper 3-bedroom. So I would say that this is more ideal lah, if you were to ask me. Yeah. So the low entry price is something that is
Same
something
quantum
that-
like 2-bed 2 bath versus
Yes.
a 3-bed compact.
Yes.
I think I will go for a 3-bed lah.
3-bedder.
At the same price.
Correct. But there are some disadvantages to this layout, lah, if you ask me. So for example, right, we have the 3-bedroom over here, right? We have this window over here. But where is this bedroom facing?
Oh yeah. It's actually facing our favorite unit type, The B1.
The B1. So it's facing B1 over here. Yeah.
The kitchen part.
The kitchen part of B1. Yeah. So for B1 kitchen to have a window is actually amazing, huh? Yeah, it's good to have a window at the kitchen.
But what does that mean for
this occupier here? Alright. So every day you'll be facing the kitchen. Every day you will see your
Smell
neighbor
the food,
cooking and smell whatever they cook. There's no privacy basically. Yeah. In fact, it could be quite dark for a bedroom that is facing inwards.
Yes.
Although there's ventilation. Yes, so that is just one disadvantages of this layout. And another thing to highlight is that the good thing of this kitchen is that you can enclose again.
And it's glass.
It's glass.
Yeah,
yes.
so it means that the light...
More ventilation coming into the kitchen.
Sunlight can come into the kitchen
yes,
also dark.
And the store, one thing to highlight is again, it's going to be dark, which is still okay because store is using it as a store. You don't need daylight to come to go into the unit, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so both bedroom you can set a queen size bed and a king size bed over here respectively.
So for this, if let's say you're buying for own stay, right, it's very proper 3-bedroom. You have all the things that you need, even have a store. But another point of view is, let's say if you're an investor, right, one thing that you can do to this unit is what we call co-living. So basically it's to increase your rental yield. So how do we go about doing it? Okay, so
how to go about doing a co-living concept over here is that you can actually build a partition wall over here. Building a partition is not expensive, right? Yeah,
no.
And there's already ACs for the living and dining. So assume if the AC is here for the living and for the dining, there's AC over here. You don't basically all you need to do is to do a partition only. Yeah. So per room, when we rent out, we are talking about how much? About 2,000 range?
2,000 to 2,002?
2,000, 2,002. So 4 bedrooms, co-living.
Potentially can go to 9,000
of rental. Yeah. So if you're looking for a high rental yield, then you should consider this. At the same time, there's a possibility of exiting of capital growth because of Trump Park also. Yes, because you enter at the same price at Trump Park. Trump Park, 2 bed, 2 bath, but we have a 2.1 mil for a 3-bedroom over here. Yes, so this is why we see. But one thing I think I read somewhere is there's a specific size where if you do co-living, your main area must be certain size. I think that one we need to check up Yes. Then we will. If you are interested to find out more, do let us know. Then we will assist you with this co-living concept. Yes. So what kind of resale buyers profile are we looking at for this 3-bedder in future when you TOP or after a few years that you stay? What are the buyers pool? Where are the buyers pool coming from? Yeah. I think usually for the smaller 3-bedroom compact type, right, what we usually encounter is the upgraders. The profile of the buyers, right? Yeah. Yes. So for example, in Bidadari area, a 4-room flat, HDB flat, they are already transacting at about how much? At about $1 million already. Yeah, averagely $1 million. $1 million. 4-room. 4-room, right? Yeah. Can you imagine how much profit they make actually? Can. We will show you in the later part. Right? Okay, so for the next one, we will show you Toa Payoh 4-room HDB flat, right? They are already transacting again, highest at about now at about 1.2, and in fact we heard from a colleague, they just did at how much? 1.14, 1.5. Yeah, I think that, yeah. I heard from them, but we don't take the so high one. Yeah, so we take 1.2 over here as a comparison. What this means to this resale pool of buyer, can you imagine when they enter into this BTO, when they buy from HDB directly, right? They actually enter at how much? 400 over 1,000 to 500 over 1,000. This is the Bidadari one. Bidadari, yes, Bidadari. Yeah, so their resale price now is already close to about 1.1 million already. Yeah, so what this means is that when they cash out in future, right, they have cash proceeds of about how much? 500 over 1,000. And 180 over 1,000 of CPF. So all in all, right, they have about 760,000 to down pay for the next house. And assume for Orie 850 square feet, right? Compact is at 2.2 million. Or about a little bit, 2.2 million. Okay, 258. Let's say if today you buy this 3-bedroom compact at 2.2 million, and you hope to exit making a profit of about 350k. I think that's quite healthy. At 2.55 million. So you want to sell at 2.55, right? Yes, will anyone buy from you? Will the upgraders be able to afford? Definitely, they will be able to afford. Why we say so is because, again, 760,000 of cash proceeds and CPF, right? They can actually down pay and make payment for their buyer's stamp duty. Even with the buyer's stamp duty. And yet have extra surplus. Yeah, so potentially these are your pool of buyers that definitely affordable for them. Yes. Okay, so next we'll go to the 3-bedder premium. We actually have 2 types over here. Okay, 39 units for each type. 1023 square feet and 1044 square feet over here. Actually, to be honest, the difference is not very significant, right?
Yeah.
But
The main
where is the main
difference is
difference?
the foyer area.
The foyer area over here.
Yeah. The
So the
length,
foyer area over here.
One
versus
bigger
here.
than the other one.
Yes, over here. So this is the difference. Other than that, the layout more or less is pretty similar.
The kitchen is quite big and very functionable with a home shelter. And also the WC got...
The WC over here, right? There's a window over here. Yeah, so there's a... it's very rare to see a WC to have a window. Yeah. And a proper decent kitchen with a home shelter over here. And also a designated dining area. Yeah. So this area over here is about 3.2 meters. Thereabout, and this area here is about 3 meters over here. Yeah, so it's still quite decent if you ask me. Yeah. Other than that, there's not much difference for...
difference the view.
For the view the view Yeah.
So we actually expect type C2, which is over here, to have a city view So most of the time, better view will have a bit of a premium. So
again.
let's say if we quote a 3% premium, then that would be starting from 2.557 and versus the one with no view, right? Actually got view but it's not the most ideal view. So it's be a bit like 2.6.
So which one should we go for?
If you ask me, for 3-bedroom premium, usually people buy for own stay. So own stay, they usually will prefer to have like better view.
Better views, right?
So if let's say if the premium is not too much difference in terms of the price, then I will push you to go for the C2. It will be better even next time when you exit. When
it's easier also.
Resale buyer come to view, right? They will prefer something with a better view,
Yes. Next, we'll go to the 3-bedder dual key. What does this mean actually? 3-bedder dual key. You actually get a studio by itself at one corner, and also over here is the 2-bedder over here. Yeah, but let's start with the studio first So the studio, you can see actually can act as a different master room, right? If you are using your own stay, this can be a master room on your own. Yeah. In terms of rentability, if you ask me,
can rent Let's say you want to buy this dual key, right? Basically, is you really like Toa Payoh area and you want someone to help you to pay
your mortgage.
Yes, pay your mortgage with you. Yeah, so this is a good concept Even with the studio being rented out, right? You can actually see that the 2-bedder at the other end is a very proper
2-bedder. Yeah, it's a proper 2-bedder over here where you actually get it's like a proper conventional 2-bedder layout, right? Where you get a corridor over here and all tucked at one corner over here. But one thing good about this area over here is that, right, the kitchen and the balcony is linked. It's very rare to see this kind of concept. Yeah, it's like a landed kind of feeling, right? Where you have the kitchen linked to a yard, right? Correct.
A landed expert.
Yeah, so kitchen to the yard area. But one disadvantage about this is that this area over here is actually...
Because
you have a door over here, right? But there's wall on this side, right?
And it's full wall.
So it means that what?
It
means that this area here, right, will be a bit dark. Yeah, so that's the disadvantage over here.
But one thing we don't really like about this dual key is the quantum
The quantum.
Yeah, because the 3-bedroom dual key, right, is 2.8 starting from, but the 3-bedroom premium is only 2.1. 3-bedroom compact is only 2.1. So the difference is very big.
Very big. And also, this is starting from 2.8. So can you imagine the higher floor unit potentially is about 3.1 mil there about. Yeah, so when they were to exit in future, can you imagine how much they need to sell?
Yeah, 3.7.
3.7? Yeah.
And also, with the recent launch, Trump Park.
Yes. So Trump Park recent launch, the smallest unit type is about 1033 square feet, which is pretty close to us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they are actually sold at how much? 2.4 to 2.5.
Yeah, and our here is 2.8. So if you ask me, I feel that the rental yield here also not say very good If let's say you are going for a dual key, and definitely it's going to be very hard to exit.
Hard to exit, right? So you must, it will be more difficult to exit. This means that you must actually be prepared, right, to hold the property longer. so that you can sell it off eventually lah.
But of course, if let's say like what I said earlier, you really like Toa Payoh, you want to get a 3-bedroom, you need someone to help assist in your mortgage servicing, then this is something you might want to consider.
Yes, yeah. So we will share about the good things and the bad things of the development
Not all
of the
the
layout.
good things,
Not just all the good things. There's good things and not so good things. And which is why some of our clients prefer to work with us because we tend to be more honest with our opinions.
Not biased.
Yeah, not biased. Yes. Okay, so a 3-bedder dual key or 4-bedroom. Yeah, let us share with you some difference over here. So for a 3-bedder dual key, it's about 1130 square feet, right? But for our 4-bedder compact, how we call it a 4-bedder compact, right? It's about, not really compact, 4-bedder, it's about 1216 square feet. Yeah, slightly larger than the 3-bedder dual key, but the difference
only 86
is 86 square feet difference, and you pay about 215 more. But what's the main difference over here?
I think if you want to buy a dual key, you can afford 2.8, right? I'd rather you just top up a little bit more. 200k to them is not a lot lah, to be honest.
4-bedroom.
4 proper bedroom.
bedrooms.
Yeah, all very good size, all tucked to one side also.
Yes. So in fact, this 4-bedroom over here, again, the WC right over here has a window. Over here, WC. But what is good about this 4-bedder? A lot of 4-bedder, right? We actually have one of the 4-bedder other developments where they get a bedroom over here, right?
Oh,
right,
yes,
so their 4-bedroom is here,
Face
but
the
facing
aircon
inwards, face the AC ledge. But over here at this development, the Orie, we have all the bedroom at one facing, which means you're either facing north or south facing.
Full length window.
Full length window.
Good view.
Yes. So this is a good thing about this 4-bedder layout over here.
So if you ask me, I think if you can afford from a dual key to a 4-bedroom, go for 4-bedroom lah. It will be a better choice. Then now we're gonna tell you our top choices for the 3-bedroom series. So for 3-bedroom, if let's say you have budget constraint, then C1 will be the best choice for you. And it's the lowest entry price, 2.1. I think it's very good price for this area.
So if you have no budget constraint, right, you should probably go for the C2 1023 square feet, which is the city view facing one. Yeah, if the premium is not significant, go for this because when it comes to the resale market, people will tend to go for a unit with better view, right? Especially for own stay, right? For own stay, not for investors. So own view, a better view will probably be easier for you to offload in future.
If the difference in premium
is less than 3%.
3 to 5 also can lah.
3 to 5 can also.
You see which one more fits your budget.
But if it's more than 5%, right, then you should go for the C2, the no view one, which is more than 5%. Yeah. More or less the layout is the same. Just now we mentioned that the foyer is a bit different. Yeah. But actually the C2A, right, actually gets, I would say, more privacy lah.
Longer.
C2A actually gets more privacy because of here. Yeah, as compared to the C2 type. But our priority will still go to C2.
So this is a summary of all the 3-bedroom types.
Yes. So compact, 850 square feet, followed by 1023, the one with the better view. Then 1044, 3-bedder. Lastly, this is the dual key one that we
you can consider.
You can consider if you want, but
not our first choice.
Not our first choice. Okay. So this 3 is our first choice. Yeah. Okay. So next we will go to our 4-bedroom analysis. So Chuan Park 3-bedder, right, is about 1206 square feet.
Yes.
Yeah, but they get a 3-bedroom at the same price as a 4-bedroom as us.
Is it?
Yeah, 1206 square feet over here. Why is it so? Maybe you can share more.
Okay, so for the type D1, right, our 4-bedroom, 1216, we have only one stack. So previously we already mentioned and compared it with the dual key, right? So one thing I really like is the big dining area can definitely sit up to 8 packs if you want. Yeah, and the WC have the window like what we mentioned, which is very rare, and all rooms are at one side and they have full window, so have very good view and very bright lah. So, and definitely this is cheaper than the D2 layout, which I will share with you later. But one thing I don't really like is that the living dining space is not landscape. I'm a huge lover of big landscape view if I'm going for big units. But I think this is also quite spacious over here. So the starting price for D1 unit type will be 3 million lah, starting
3
from.
million there.
Which in Trump Park for the 3-bedroom,
You get a 3-bedroom only lah.
yeah,
Same price,
at
about
1206 square feet. At 3 million.
So for the 4-bedroom, actually we got a few type lah. Right, so we have a 4-bedroom plus study, and another one is also a 4-bedroom, similar size, right? Yeah, but what is the difference? So you can see over here, this is D1 and this is D2.
Later got show the
Yeah,
comparison.
so later we'll do a comparison, but honestly, if you ask me, there's not much difference lah. Right? Where is the difference actually?
Difference view lor.
The view, okay?
Yeah.
So for 4-bedder, actually people will definitely buy for own stay mah. Again, view is very important. Yeah, so people will definitely go for, in terms of resale market in future, right? People will actually go for a better view. Yeah, if the premium is not so high, you should go for the better view. But if you were to put this layout side by side, D1 and D2, same size, okay? But where is the main difference? What we can see from here, right, is actually the corridor over here. Yeah. Can you see? Yeah. Oops.
Okay, push a bit.
So over here, 4-bedroom.
Yeah,
I think
there, yeah.
some problem with the, yeah. So over here you can see the foyer is a bit different. Yeah, but I feel that this layout probably have better privacy.
D2 has more privacy because there's this like the curved corner as compared to D1, which is directly look into the unit when you enter into the
over
house.
here. So lesser privacy, but over here, even if you open door, your neighbor can see you. Right, so better privacy. Yeah, but size is the same.
Size is the same. Yes, and the next difference would be the view lah. D1 would be facing inside.
D1 will be facing over here.
No view lah.
No view because you are facing the other blocks. Yeah. And then D2 you are facing the south facing city view lah. Which is why there's this premium over here. Yeah. And also you get better privacy.
Yeah. So if you ask me, right, 4-bedroom, like what he say, is usually for own stay. Maybe if you buy a higher floor, might make more money in the future because
yes. Higher floor.
Because people buy for the feel good factor, they want to have like, you buy low floor and high floor, the difference is the view also.
But at which level is the clearance?
Clearance,
thing,
oh
right?
yes.
Should we go back to that slide where we see the site plan? So over here, yeah. So let's go to the site plan again. Surrounding us, actually, we have many HDBs, many things around us. We have gem residences that's 38 story. Yeah, but for a clearance from this direction, right, actually
the
you
D1,
need to be
the stack D2.
Stack D2, yeah, actually needs to be level 5 and above to clear the HDB over here lah. So anything above level 5, you should probably get a
block view already.
Block view already. But however, there are some HDBs around here that's of higher ground lah, higher level. Yeah, but the distance is definitely
quite
far away lah.
Significant.
Quite significant already. Yes. So let's go back to the 4-bedder layout. Over here, right? Okay, so in my opinion, I prefer this actually. How about you?
Actually, if I can afford a 4-bedroom, I would want something with good view, I would want to stay a bit higher because higher definitely will have better view. Then National Day will have fireworks and everything. So that's definitely something that I will go for because own stay mah. So I'm okay to pay a bit higher for the higher floor. Yeah.
Okay. So let's go to the 4-bedroom plus study, 1367 square feet. Yes. And what we see here, right, is that this stack, right? This stack is what stack? D3S. And where is D3S? This is D3S over here. Yeah. So D3S number one, right? There's no view lah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's facing what? It's facing here.
Yeah,
so there's no view. But actually, what you are actually paying for extra study lah, right?
And the living space is also bigger.
Living space is bigger, yes. The dining area you can set about 8-seater over here. Living space is pretty wide also, if you ask me.
But quantum-wise, I think at 3.4 for an additional study and living space bigger, compared to the D1, D2,
right,
which is about 3 million to 3.1. So you're paying
400,000 more.
Yeah.
But all you get is what? You're getting a study.
Yeah, bigger living also.
Bigger living room, but 400,000 more. Yeah.
But the study not bad, like, it's quite big, right?
The study, not bad.
Can convert into one small
one more bedroom.
one single room.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like a compact 5-bedroom.
Another thing to take note of, right, is there's no privacy, similar to our D1 unit type lah.
Look
when you open door, it will look directly
house,
into it, so there's no privacy. Quantum is bigger, not much of difference. Just now you mentioned that the study can convert into a bedroom. Yeah, that's also a good thing, and also a bigger kitchen over here. And again, all our bedrooms are actually facing the same direction. right? There's no bedroom. There's no bedroom over here. Yeah, because most 4-bedder, right? The 4-bedroom is actually facing the AC ledge. Yeah.
But at 1367 is a 4-bedroom at Trump Park.
The 1367 is a 4-bedder at Trump Park. Yes, correct. But over here, you are getting an additional study room.
Yes.
Correct, which can potentially convert to a 5th bedroom. Actually, the study is pretty nice to have an extra study where you can create a 5th bedroom.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you don't mind, you can actually put a smaller bed inside, like perhaps a single bed also.
Yeah, I think it's also okay lah. Okay, so for our 4-bedroom top choice, it will be D2. And why is this so? Is because like what we mentioned, there is privacy as compared to D1, no privacy.
More privacy.
Yes, and also for D2 is actually facing the city view, the southern side.
Yeah, all bedrooms are facing the city view, southern side. Why is it important? For a good view for a 4-bedder is because when it comes to exit in future, right, the profile of buyers will definitely be looking more for own stay. And own stay buyers will definitely value better view more, right? Yeah, and especially you have a full length window, at all bedrooms yeah, which means facing the southern side, you get city view, you get what? To see fireworks during special occasions, right?
So that's something that 4-bedder owners would really appreciate. And also for 4-bedroom, they definitely need a big dining area, which over here you can easily set up to a 8-seater.
8-seater.
And actually I would advise if you want to buy the 4-bedroom here, especially D2, try to go for a higher floor if budget-wise is not so much of a constraint. Why is this so? Is because maybe next time when you want to sell, you also potentially can make more money because higher floor, better view. Right?
Better view. That's right. Okay, so in sequence, our first choice will actually be D2 and also followed by D1 and D3S. Yeah.
D3S if you need the extra study lah. Yeah, because quantum-wise the jump is really quite big.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So lastly, let's go to the 5-bedder analysis. Yeah. So 5-bedder actually is quite rare, right?
5-bedroom actually not much supply.
Not a lot of supplies. But we'll talk about the supplies later. Let's talk about gem residences, something that's very comparable with us.
Gem residence is the neighbor. It has 5 bedrooms.
Yes. Correct. So over here, you can see that for a gem residence,
not very ideal.
The downside is that number one, for a 5-bedder, people actually value a bit of space is important, right? They also value some privacy, luxurious feel. Yeah. So for gem residences, there's no private lift. There is no back door for their 5-bedder. Yeah, and their 4 and 5 bedroom, right, can only fit what? A single bed over here, and then over here also another single bed. Yeah. Why is it important that people want to have a bedroom that can fit a bigger bed, right? More space also. So this 2-bedroom can only fit a single bed.
And the size is only 1-3. It's quite small. And that means the living dining space and rooms are all very small.
Yes, and another thing to think of, right, is the 4 and 5 bedroom 4 and bedroom 5, right, has no full window. Yes. Yeah, so that's the downside of gem residences, if you ask me. Yeah. So this is the 5-bedder layout for the Orie 1453 square feet. This is actually the show unit type. Yeah. So if you were to compare this versus the gem, actually what we have here, actually we have a back door as well as a private lift. And where's our back door? Our back door is actually over here. Okay. Designated back door for your deliveries, which is very important for a 5-bedder, right?
Plus, you don't want to share the same common entrance with the delivery guys lah.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So a private lift will give a more luxurious feel over here.
When your friends come over, they can have this
private lift, more luxurious feel over here. And also we have this junior master, okay, where you get this
personal
bathroom, okay, because some junior master room actually share with the common area, like a Jack and Jill kind. But over here at the Orie, right, actually has a junior master that has an attached bathroom. Yeah, and basically all room in 5-bedder over here, right, actually can fit minimum a queen size bed. Our master room can fit a king size bed over here. So actually this has all the
necessary things that a 5-bedroom
should have, right? Yeah, but of course, if you ask me, there are still better 5-bedders out there.
I wouldn't say that this is the best 5-bedroom layout in the market today, but like what he said, he checks all the requirements for a proper 5-bedroom. Now we're going to compare with you the recent launches, some 5-bedroom that we feel that might or might not be better than Orie. So over here we have Emerald of Katong. One thing that we mentioned earlier that is very, very important, profile of buyers who buy 5-bedroom, usually they prefer something that's more luxurious. So they will prefer to have like private lift as well as a secondary
back
door.
door, right? Yeah, so you can see Orie, we mentioned earlier, we have a back door and we have a private lift here. But as compared to EOK, one of the new launch, we actually have a what? We have a private lift, yes. It's over here. But the back door is also over here.
Yeah, so
there's no difference there. There's no separate
into the same
area.
foyer area.
Foyer, correct.
Yeah.
So if you ask me, is this layout at the Orie is more superior if you ask me, as compared to EOK. Another thing to take note of is our master room, comparing Orie versus EOK. Actually, EOK has a walk-in wardrobe over here.
Better, more atas.
Yeah, but whereas for the Orie, right, we actually have
the normal
cupboard over here,
at the side,
over here. Yeah, which is not as ideal as compared to EOK over here. Yes.
But one more thing about Orie, right, is that we have the junior master bed, which in Emerald Katong we don't have. Even though
they have a Jack and Jill bathroom.
Yes,
correct.
But
So no
you
privacy.
you share with the other common toilet sides compared to this one.
Yes.
So give and take, there are some good, some bad, but overall it is still not bad because in Toa Payoh area itself, right, we have very extremely low supply of 5-bedroom in District 12.
Can we go back to the other one first? Yeah. So next thing I'll talk about is the living room space lah. Yeah. So one thing about Orie, right, is that as compared to EOK lah, you can see EOK over here has a wider living space, right? Yeah. But over here, I would say that it's still quite acceptable to me lah, but it's not the widest lah. Yeah, of course, I would personally prefer a landscape.
Yes, my favorite.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, but this is some highlights that we want to highlight to you. Yeah. So next, just now we are talking about the supply, right? So next we will talk about the low supply of 5-bedders in District 12. But over here, we deep dive into Toa Payoh area only. So in entire Toa Payoh area, right, we have the upcoming Orie 77 units of 5-bedder lah, as well as Gem Residences. There's a 37 units of 5-bedder. The rest of the developments nearby, there's only a 4-bedder and 3-bedder. That's the largest unit type already.
So it's very, very low supply.
Very, very low
in Toa Payoh itself.
Yeah, so next we deep dive into the entire District 12 district where we actually did a search recently, right? I mean, just did a search. In D12, we have it from 1995, last 20 years, and 5-bedder. There's only these few developments over here that has a 5-bedder.
So total about existing 48 units of 5-bedder.
Inclusive of the Orie is about 100-ish, there about. Yes. So inventory is very low. So buyers who buy into a 5-bedder unit, right? What should we be expecting when it comes to the resale market in future?
Actually, if you notice, 5-bedroom, very little supply for sale in the resale market.
It's all buying for own stay, right?
Yes.
For a large family. Yeah, and we did a recent search in the entire District 12 now, right? There's only 6 units up for sale
and
right now.
And this includes duplicate. I haven't removed.
Maybe there's a duplicate of 1, 2 listings. So maybe there's only 3 units in the entire District 12, 5-bedders over here. So it's very low supply when it comes to resale inventory. Alright. So when you buy into a 5-bedder and you are looking to resale in future, actually it should be more like a part stay.
The strategy,
right?
Part stay, part sell.
Yeah. Why is this so? Is because it's not easy to sell
to be honest, yes, not easy. Yes. You don't expect yourself to buy, right? Then 3 years later, TOP, immediately you want to sell.
Yes.
It will definitely take some time. So rather than let it remain vacant, I think you can move in and enjoy a bit lah. Then while staying there, you also try to market and sell lah.
So it will take a while to sell lah. Yeah, but actually 5-bedder also make the most capital appreciation when it comes to the entire development. And let us share with you some stats from the recent launches, or rather recent TOP developments. Okay, so for example, Treasures at Tampines, right? 5-bedder, 1668 square feet. There's about 110 units over there. Yeah, but currently you can see there's only 13 units up for sale. Supply is very limited. The entire area, there's only 118 units. Yeah, in Tampines area.
Actually, I want to tell you a story about Treasure at Tampines. It holds a very special place to my heart because it's my first new launch purchase. But at the point of time, I scared lah. So I only buy a 3-bedroom. Yeah, then that time I could have asked my parents for support and go for a 5-bedroom. So I already sold my 3-bedroom. But now I see the 5-bedroom profit lah. Wow.
Right, let's share with you some stats over here. So the profit for a 5-bedroom at Treasures, right? Actually, people are making close to $1 million
Thank
in
you.
terms of the profit. Yeah, correct. And minimally, people are making how much? You can see over here, this is 600.
Very easy
700,000.
to make
More than
this
half a mil.
700, yeah.
Yeah, more than half a mil.
Can
we're talking
easily
about.
hit.
Yeah, and this is just one development. Then you can tell me, Aaron, this is only one development. How about we look at next development? Let's say, for example, Jadescape. In the vicinity, the entire area over
Marymount
here,
area.
you can see Marymount area. The Jadescape has about 39 units over here.
That's the only project that has 5 bedroom.
There, correct.
Only
So there
39
are
units,
39 units. So the rest has up to a 4-bedder there about lah. Yeah, and in Jadescape, there is
Only
only
4.
4 units of the 5-bedders up for sale in the entire development. Yeah, so in Jadescape itself, right, actually surrounding there's some landed properties also lah. Yeah, later I'll touch on that. But let's talk about the capital growth for Jadescape over here. So similarly, we see that people are making close to about 1.15 million for a 5-bedder unit in Jadescape, and minimally people are making also about 655,000. Yeah, over here.
Because 5 bedroom mostly is buy for own sale, nobody will want to sell it. And then the supply there is so low. So if let's say someone from want to upgrade from a HDB to maybe a 5 bedroom condo, there's only so little supply there. Definitely it will be a good thing for those who are selling lah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So to exit at about 4.4, they exit at about 4.4 lah, correct? But people are still buying it at 4.4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is it so? When the vicinity, just like I mentioned, when the vicinity actually has landed properties actually. So in the vicinity of Jadescape, actually there are quite a
With
few.
4.4 million budget can buy landed.
Can buy a 2-story freehold landed at 4.33 million. This is just some transactions, okay? Some transactions, 4.33, Jalan Bintao, 3.4 million. But these are actually original condition kind of inter-terrace unit. But original condition means what? You need to do up, correct? So when you do up, you buy at 4.338 mil, right? You need to do up the entire place, spend to do some alteration, maybe 700,000, 800,000. It's about 5 over mil already.
And you still take time and you still pay installment while waiting for it to build, and you still pay rent.
Yes, but I do acknowledge that it's a freehold title. Yes, but all we need to find a buyer is a buyer that value what? Facilities. Yeah, there are still one buyer that don't like the landed
Maintenance too high also.
maintenance is too high also. Yeah, so all you need to do is just to find one buyer that value facilities, value a condominium kind of lifestyle for the family to come in, which is why we said it's a part
stay, part
part
sell.
sell kind of strategy, which will take time to sell.
Definitely take
right?
time.
Correct. So you need to wait for that one good buyer to come
Yes.
to give you an offer that is irresistible to sell it at. Yes.
Okay, so we have come to the end of our project analysis for the Orie.
Orie.
Yes. So definitely the whole idea of this analysis is also to prepare you for the balloting process, which over the last 2 months, I think things have changed quite a bit. Yeah, the demand has been coming, and even though people want to buy, sometimes because of back queue number, they don't know what to buy, they just drop off the unit. But maybe there's still potential for you to get a good unit.
Yes.
Yeah.
One thing to take note of is how come some buyers will buy a new launch project, right? But how come some buyers make more money, some buyers make lesser money? Right? It's because maybe they don't understand the developer's pricing strategy. Yeah, so by understanding the developer pricing strategy, right, it can actually help you to position your sales, your profits in future. Actually, yeah. So by understanding that will help you in. Definitely.
So definitely that is something that we can assist you if you need help in unit selection and whether you feel that is Orie really the project you want to go for, and how to actually increase your chances of being able to select your top choice unit. Definitely this is something that we can work towards too. So feel free to contact Aaron or I. Our numbers are over here at the site.
Yep.
So yeah, I will see you in the next project.
See you soon.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.